So you want to create a badge in Schoology, and you want to make something centered on a ninja. So you're going to make a ninja badge. And here's what you want to do. So the first thing is you want to do a search for ninjas, right? But if you type in ninja, you inadvertently come up with a bunch of images of a famous Fortnite streamer named Ninja. Alright? And this isn't really what you want. So you've got all these images up here, but you also want to make sure that you go into Tools, and you want to make sure that you look at usage rights. And this is the part that people don't really do. You see, the thing is, Google doesn't know that you're looking for images you can specifically use in a way that's going to require you to have certain rights to that image. And so they're just going to pull up anything they want you to see. But if you go to Tools and you click on Usage Rights, then you're able to filter by certain types of rights, such as labeled for reuse or labeled for reuse with modification, which means not only can you reuse it, but you can change it to meet your needs. For this demonstration, I'm going to do labeled for reuse. And when I click on this, I'm going to see several different images of ninjas that I may be able to use for my badge. Now, let's say that I also want to just because I can, I want to see labeled for reuse. And now I also see that there is a bunch of different images that I can freely use, and really I don't have to worry so much. I can use them however I see fit, even for commercial purposes. So if I clicked on this ninja right here, I could use this as a backdrop for a badge I create in Schoology. Now, what about the copyright symbol that I used in one of the earlier modules in Schoology? Well, in the case of that, what I had to do was I went in and, just like with the ninja example, I clicked on Tools and Usage Rights, and I went to Labeled with Reuse, probably this one here. And then I found this right here on Flickr. And so when I clicked on it and clicked on the image here, it brought me to Flickr. Now, this is not exactly the same one that I use, but it's going to work the same, because what I want you guys to pay attention to is the some rights reserved here. See, this here is part of the Creative Commons. And if I clicked on this some rights reserved, you would be able to see the Creative Commons licensing that exists with this. So this one says, I am free to share and adapt. So I can modify this if I need to, but you still need to make sure that you pay attention to the specific terms, which in this case I must give attribution, which is appropriate credit to the person who created this. And so in this case, it doesn't really determine exactly or say exactly what the attribution is, other than to provide a link to the license and indicate if changes were made. So if I were to use this in my Schoology course like I did, I would have to include a link and also state what those changes were that I made. And there's no specific way that's indicated that you must do that. So in the Schoology course, it ended up looking like this. And the image is included at the top, and then I simply added an image source link at the bottom for my attribution. Now, in one final part of this demonstration, I wanted to point out one additional thing. See, most of your labeled for reuse with modifications, so last time I did label for reuse, this time I'm indicating specifically I want to modify this. Most of those are going to come from Wikimedia Commons or something similar to it. So if I clicked on this one here, and I went to the web page, then it's going to look a little bit different. So I have this download link, and I have all these different things up here. And if I clicked on, I believe if I clicked on the download, what it's going to do is it's actually going to give me the attribution information here. And so this one does say that there is an unknown author, and it also mentions that this one is public domain. So really, probably what you would have to do here is nothing. But what I would probably do just to be safe is to take the page URL just so that you can provide that link and then make yourself super safe in using this file. Usually though, if attribution is required, then it would say what the attribution is right here, and you can simply copy this link and place it in your Schoology course as a form of attribution.